YouTube. This is detailDale, and in this video I will be doing a bald temple taper fade. We're going to start with the back, then we're going to go to the left side, and then we're going to go to the right side. To start the back, we're going to just remove the hair at the back with the Slimline Pros, followed by the shaver. Then we'll just, after the shaver, put that first line in the back with the wall seniors against the grain going upward. Blending out that line with the Andis Masters. Now I'm using a zero attachment against the grain to create a second line, and then we're going to blend out that line with the wall seniors. Just moving the lever on the side as you need to remove any hair to blend out. Now I'm using a number 1 attachment to create another line, which we will blend out. We will blend out with the 0 attachment, and we'll also blend out with no attachment. And just remove the lever as so. Sometimes halfway, sometimes all the way to the top or to the bottom. Just keep removing that lever. Now we got the number 2 attachment, and we're going against the grain upward. It's not going to take off much, but it lets us know that we need to go back again to the number 1 attachment, which is what I'm using right now to blend out that line. Now that we're done with the back, we're going to move to the left side and always remove the hair off the ear. And we created that line with the Andis Slimline Pros, and now followed by the shaver. We're going to start the second line with the wall seniors, lever fully up, and then we're going to blend it out with the Masters. The Masters are a little 0 gapped and they get a little bit closer, but it's always good to always follow up with the Slimline Pros to remove any excess hair, to take out that line. Now we're using the 0 attachment against the grain. Now we're using the wall seniors to blend out, to remove that line that we put in with the 0 attachment, followed by the Andis Masters to blend out that bottom line. Now we're using a number 1 attachment, and then we're going into the number 2 attachment, and we will go back to that 1 attachment once we remove the bulk of the hair off the left side here. Now that we're going back to the number 1 attachment, we're going to continue blending out from top to bottom. And we'll be interchanging between the number 1 attachment and the 0 attachment, like right here. Beautiful. Now we're moving to the right side, and we're using the Slimline Pros again to create that line, followed by the Andis Shavers. Now we're using the wall seniors again with the lever fully up to create another line, and then we'll blend it out with the Masters that have been almost 0 gapped, but not fully 0 gapped, followed by the 0 attachment to create another line. Then we'll go back to the wall seniors, and we'll just start the blending out process at the very bottom. Now I'm using a number 2 attachment again on the right side here to remove the bulk of the hair. Now going back to the number 1 attachment, and we'll be alternating between the number 1 attachment and the 0 attachment to get that smooth blend on this right side here. Okay, now that we got the blending done on the left side, the back, and the right side, we're going to start edging him up, beginning right here on the right side. And I'm using my black and the Slimline Pros because they're not really that close, but they're just basically remove all the loose hairs and the hairs right here along the side. They cut pretty close, but they don't cut as close as the other and the Slimline Pros that I have, the silver ones that are set up a little bit higher. We're working our way from the back, and now we're in the temple area. And just putting in that initial line. Now we're on the left side, and we're working our way down. And notice something here that's really important. Notice how as I go around the ear, I will hold the ear down to make sure it's out of the way, and then I'll hold it down with my thumb and use the comb to bring down those excess hairs around his ear that we sometimes overlook. And we'll just continue to go around the ear here in the edge up process. Now we're on the left temple, and we're just working our way around to the front. Applying lather because we're getting ready to put on a hot towel. This towel is really hot, and it will soften up the hair for us to use this razor. Now we're edging him up with the razor, just following basically the line that we put in with the Slimline Pro edgers. And this is an open straight razor. It's really not a closed one. I like to see more of the blade so I can see exactly what I am doing. And in using this razor, I comb down the hair and I remove hair that's overlapping. Now I'm going to my Slimline Pros like I told you before, and these are a lot sharper. And when you do it this way, you really don't have to use any enhancements to bring out the line by just putting in an initial line and then using the lather and a hot towel and then a razor and then follow up with some super crispy edgers. Yes, doing that, you will not need to use any enhancements whatsoever. And you can see that line is kind of crispy. And as a footnote, this young man, he did not want any hair cut off the top. All he wanted was just a low tight temple taper on each sides. And he wanted the bottom back faded out with a super crispy edge up. Look at that line right there. And so it's always good to start from the center and then work your way out, as everyone knows. Just to make sure that the line is even on both sides. It's not something that you want to rush through, but basically just take your time. Everything's really nice and blended with the crispy edge up here on the right side. That's a mole right above his ear. It's not a piece of hair, in case you're wondering. And this young man, he does have some temporary imperfections in his skin. He has very, very sensitive skin. His skin gets red real easy. So some people, we want to make sure that, we're mindful of that. And there's the left side with the blend. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully it's been beneficial for you. If it has been, please, by all means, like, comment, and most of all, subscribe. I thank you guys for watching this, and I hope to see you soon. This is detailDale. Take care.